My number one free agency target for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Let's get it. Now, before we get into this video, quick word from this video's sponsor, BetUS.
BetUS, America's favorite sportsbook and casino. Live betting and racebook. We're celebrating 30 years with a historic offer. A 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. Plus 10% gambler's insurance. Get started today. BetUS, where the game begins.
Now, there's a few more days to get in your free agency futures. Some new guys have actually been added to the list since I last kind of visited a week ago. These guys include like Hassan Reddick, Devontae Adams, and one more player, which we're actually going to talk about in this video. So if you guys are interested in checking out some of these different things, I mean, you can put money on, where Alvin Kamara goes, Saquon Barkley, even Calvin Ridley. All these things are right there on, BetUS's website. So check them out. You get a 125% deposit bonus on your first 3 deposits using promo code JOIN125, link down in the description box below. 24-hour payouts and 24/7 customer service. Thank you so much to BetUS for sponsoring this video. Now let's get into some free agency. So the Jaguars have had some news this week, most notably franchise tagging Josh Allen. Today they decided to re-sign Ezra Cleveland, Daniel Thomas, also restructure Brandon Sheriff. Well, we'll get into that toward the end of this video, but right now the purpose of this is to tell you guys who my number one free agency target will be, and let's not bury the lead here. It is going to be defensive tackle Christian Wilkins from the Miami Dolphins. Now, I'll be honest with you, I didn't know this guy was actually going to be available, but per Diana Rossini a few days ago, they said that the Dolphins really have no plan to sign him to another contract. Now, when you look at the Dolphins right now, they are definitely in cap hell. I think they all have like the second worst cap space situation in the NFL, so they're going to have to do some maneuvering with what they have on their roster. And look, right now, Christian Wilkins, he went to Clemson, with Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne, and he's 28 years old, and right now, guys, he's in his football prime. He's definitely going to command a lot of money, but, in the last 3 seasons, he's played all the games in those seasons, so he's definitely a healthy guy, and he's coming off of a career-high season where he had 65 tackles, 10 tackles for losses, and also 9 sacks on the year. Now, he really emerged in 2023 as a sack guy, as an interior pass rusher. So that's what the Jaguars need a lot, because Jaguars don't have a lot at that position right now. I mean, they have Roy Robertson Harris and a few day 3 draft picks. So they could definitely go for spending a lot of money at that position. It feels like to me, I do think that Josh Allen will get a long-term deal done this offseason, but it just feels like to me there's going to be another guy that the Jaguars sign on the defensive line. I mean, the Jaguars' name have been linked to a lot of defensive linemen and edge guys just this whole entire offseason. I mean, first of all the different free agent guys, they were linked to Danielle Hunter, maybe even Josh Uche. There's a lot of guys that the Jaguars have just been loosely linked to. Even Jaguars on BetUS, the second highest odds for Brian Burns is the Jaguars. So they're definitely linked to a lot of guys on the defensive line, and also just at the Combine, they interviewed a bunch of them. And just if you know anything about football, you can look at the Jaguars and say, yeah, they need more there. They need more on the defensive line. So, whether that comes in on the edge part or on the interior, it'd be interesting, because if they do pay a lot of money for a guy like Danielle Hunter, does that mean that Ryan Nielsen has a different plan for what he wants Trayvon Walker to be? Because I imagine if they do sign Danielle Hunter, then that's going to kick Josh Allen, or not Josh Allen, but Trayvon Walker on the inside, and maybe he does some stuff there. So we'll just have to see. But yeah, our third down package has a potential to be, Josh Allen, Trayvon Walker, Christian Wilkins, and a healthier Devon Hamilton from last year. So, that should be a pretty formidable unit for a team that is hoping to make a deep playoff run. I know that sounds laughable right now, but, for me, we have the quarterback, we have the head coach. It's just, can Trent Baalke accidentally get this thing right? We'll just have to see. Speaking of accidentally getting things right, or wrong or whatever, Jaguars did make a couple moves today. Like I said, they re-signed Daniel Thomas, so that one's really not a huge deal. I mean, he's a special teams guy. You need those core special team guys, so no issue with that one. But they went ahead and signed Ezra Cleveland to a 3-year, $28.5 million deal. So Yeah, there's that. And they also plan on restructuring Brandon Sheriff's contract. And right now he had a $24 million cap hit. If they just straight up cut him, they would have saved $8 million on the cap. So what do we do there? No idea. But now that we look at it, the Jaguars will most likely have 4 out of 5 of the same starters as 2023, which is not what I wanted. I wanted a huge upgrade at guard or interior or something like that. And, Ezra Cleveland had a very sketchy year in 2023, and he wasn't fully healthy. So we'll see what he does. But even when he was with the Vikings, he never had he was never outstanding. You know what I mean? He was never a great player. There was a reason why he was traded for just a 6th-round pick. So he's going to be the starter. We'll see what a full offseason does for him. And then you have Brandon Sheriff, who he's a decent player, but his issue is he's always hurt. And the issue with him being hurt is it's not like it's sidelining him, but he's basically playing football hobbled all the time. It always happens with him. I mean, in 2023, he got hurt week 1. I don't think he missed the start, but he was hurt the whole entire year, and he's not getting any younger. So, yeah, when you look at it right now, I mean, Anton Harrison will be starting at right tackle most likely. You have Brandon Sheriff, Ezra Cleveland at both the guard spots. And, we'll see what happens at left tackle, but you think it's going to either be Cam Robinson or Walker Little. Which, speaking of Cam Robinson, if you're going to keep him around, you got to restructure. $16 million against the cap. No bueno. No good. And obviously, goes without saying, Luke Fortner needs to be far away, okay? He needs to be with me, my dad, and my brother while we do our live game reactions. He can come join us there as long as he's not on the field with the Jaguars this next season. Got to find a replacement there. And, we'll see. Maybe just improve. And I was a firm believer of this. Just improving the center position is going to improve your guard positions because he was so bad. He was constantly just making really the whole entire offensive line look worse than it really was. So you gotta find a way to, replace that. So we'll just have to see. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching. Shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this video. 24-hour payouts, quick 24/7 customer service, all that good stuff over there on BetUS. Thank you guys for watching. Go Jags.